Welcome to the Know Before You Go Travel Show, where we share all the latest travel tips, tricks, and insights to make your next vacation the best one yet. So sit back, relax, grab a cocktail, and enjoy the show with Penyak Travel's George Penyak and our senior travel consultant, Janet Penyak.
What is up, everybody?
Hey, everyone.
Welcome back to another edition of the Know Before You Go Travel Show, and we've got another epic, awesome, fun show for you today.
Those are some big superlatives.
Yeah, I'm setting this one up for a good one.
All right. It is a good one.
It is a good one because we're picking right back up where we left off on the last episode. So if you are a fan of ours and you listen to every episode or listen to most of them, you probably know we just got back on a cruise we did a cruise right before Christmas. And this was my favorite stop on the cruise, by the way.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about a couple of things we did in Nassau, Bahamas, particularly about Sandals Resorts Bahamian, right?
Yes. So I have mentioned this on some podcasts before, but you
Whoa. Before we jump into it,
what?
I got to give my Gamecocks a shout out.
Oh.
Beat Kentucky last night.
Yes. Buzzer beater.
Buzzer beater, last second 3-pointer. You fell asleep on the couch.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed.
Okay.
You were out cold on the couch, and the game was on, and it was close. It was back and forth in the fourth quarter, and our basketball team's not great. Kentucky's one of the best programs, in NCAA basketball history. We drained a buzzer beater a 3-point buzzer beater to win, and I'm going nuts, and you are just out cold.
Yeah, it sounds.
I had to check your pulse. I was like, I'm running around yelling, "Go Gamecocks!" Like just by myself, all hyped up. Nothing out of you.
Yep. No, I was asleep.
You had to see the highlights this morning.
Yeah, I did. It was good.
But happy day after hump day.
Yes.
It's Thursday. Thirsty
Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday for some. And we've got an awesome episode here but we're probably going to talk more about Real Bahamian than we will the island of Nassau, but we might sprinkle in a little.
Well, because we have talked about Nassau before, our stay at the Grand Hyatt Baha Mar. So but mostly this episode's going to be focused on Sandals Resorts Bahamian because, before you interrupted me, like I said in previous podcasts,
don't make me do it again.
I have said this, but you can get day passes to all-inclusive resorts. A lot of them offer it. So we took advantage of that and went and spent the day at Royal Caribbean, Sandals Resorts Bahamian.
Which is an all-inclusive resort.
Yep.
So when you pay for that day pass, you get access to all the restaurants, all you can drink, all you can eat, the pools, the whole nine. And it honestly, in my opinion, we haven't done that many excursions in Nassau, but this is one that's not offered through the cruise line. It's just you have to do it on your own.
You're on your own.
But probably one of the best things you can do, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. No, I think so, too. So we, as soon as we walked out of the port, we got a taxi and took the taxi to the resort. And this was not the first time that we've done this. We've actually done it when we've stopped there on another cruise several years ago. And we have stayed at this resort for a week about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So we took the taxi and it was, he overcharged us, but you should expect to pay about $20, and he charged us $26.
That sneaky little islandman.
Yeah, so
I am booking a ticket. I am flying back to Nassau, tracking this man down, and said, I need my $6 back.
Yes.
But he was great, though. He got us there quick because he was buzzing through traffic.
He was a little scary driving, but that's okay.
That's how every cab driver is in the islands.
Yeah, it is. But it's not far from the port. It's like 15 minutes maybe, if that.
What's beautiful about this property is it's 15 minutes from the port and also 15 minutes from the airport.
Yeah, so Nassau's not very big.
So whether you come in on a cruise or you come in by plane, it's very convenient to get to, which for me is a big deal. Because a lot of people don't think about it, how you're going to get to the property once you land on the island. And we've gotten people that have sent us what they want to do before. And remember, we've gotten flights from they'll want to go to Jamaica, and we'll have flights from the wrong airport. And they're we want to fly into here. And it's no. That's like a 5-hour journey from that location to your resort.
Right.
You need to fly into this airport.
Right.
It's some of those things you don't think about. On a map, it may look close, but some of these islands, not the Bahamas, they're hilly.
Yeah, they're very mountainous, and it's not like there's just an easy way
there's not interstates just buzzing around everywhere like we have in the States. But
But one of the great things about Royal Bahamian, especially, if you are even going to fly and stay at this resort for a week, is, it's a quick ride to the airport. And if you're on the East Coast, it's a really quick flight from pretty much anywhere in the East Coast. In Charlotte, you can be there nonstop in 2 hours.
Yeah, Charlotte, if you're flying from other parts of the country, you'll probably connect through Miami or Charlotte potentially.
Or Atlanta, right?
Or Atlanta. If you connect through Miami, it's literally...
it's like 30 minutes.
It's a 30-minute flight, if that.
Yeah, because we did that last February. I think it was 37 minutes.
It was 37 minutes, and that's from takeoff to touchdown. So by the time you actually... I think we were actually sitting first class. We're like, well, we may or may not even get a beverage here. And we did get one little beverage, but it is a quick flight.
Yeah.
From Miami. In Miami, by the way, if you're going to compare airports to connect through, I like Miami a lot.
The only thing I don't like about Miami Airport is how spread out the gates are.
The gates are very spread out, but I think Atlanta's the same gig.
Not as bad as Miami.
No, because Atlanta, you have to take the train.
Well, yeah, you have to take
like
the train.
That. You don't have to. You could walk it.
Right.
But if you're going from A to E, if you want to walk that, you're walking a marathon.
Yeah.
You are. Get your Fitbit out. You're going to break your Fitbit.
Okay,
and
now you're getting off on a tangent.
But anyway, and Charlotte's not bad either. Really, any of those airports are fine, you know.
So, one thing, let's start talking about the resort. What's your favorite thing about this resort?
Oh, my favorite thing about the resort. My favorite thing about the resort is the private island.
I was going to say that's my favorite thing, too. So, they have a private island.
I've got it listed on my Know Before You Go travel tips when you go to this resort, check out the private island. And it's right off the resort. You can see it. It's probably a quarter mile out in the ocean.
Right.
And there's a little boat that takes you there.
And one thing I want to say, they call it a private island, and it is, but it's not completely owned by Sandals. Carnival Cruise Lines owns the other half of it, and so it's split in half. But there's a fence, between, so no
you're
guests.
You're not co-mingling.
Yeah, you're not co-mingling. You can't even see over there whenever you're actually on the island. You can't even see the other side. So
and the Sandal side is so peaceful.
Oh, it is.
It is just quiet, and there's these little bungalow areas that you can just chill under, and they have
little cabanas all throughout the island. On the back side of the island, it's great for snorkeling, so I would say definitely bring your snorkel gear with you, because again, and I don't understand why they do this, but they don't let you just take the snorkeling equipment that they have,
over
even
to
though
private island,
snorkeling is included, but you only get it, and it's included to go out with one of their excursions, but not just off the private island. So definitely bring snorkel equipment with you, because sea turtles are out there, all sorts of cool fish. It's great snorkeling off the island.
And the water's very blue, and it's contrary to popular belief, because I think a lot of people that haven't traveled to the Caribbean very often, they think the Bahamas are very far north. And so they think the water's probably not as beautiful. That's actually wrong. The water is incredibly beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Around Nassau and around where the Sandals Resort is. But I would say spend a lot of time over there. There's a swim-up bar over there, too. They have a little restaurant and its own swim-up bar. Know Before You Go travel tip number 2 is be mindful of the time you travel. The time of year. The time of year you travel this property, because it's so far north, and we were just there. If you're traveling in the winter seasons, it's not going to be cold, but it might not necessarily be hot. It's going to be in the 70s.
Right.
And because of that, the pool water can be pretty chilly.
Yeah,
right?
and they do say
that
that they have a heated pool, but we asked them about it when we were just there, because it did not seem heated at all. It was cold, and they said solar heated. So I'm
assuming that means the sun hitting it.
I was going to say, I'm not really sure what they were talking about.
It was the bartender. So,
yeah.
He might not have been the expert on how the pool's heated.
Right.
But then he's like, no, it's solar heated.
Yeah.
And I said, solar heated.
And it definitely, it was, I think, a little bit warmer than the other pool. So they have 2 main pools at this resort. There's a quiet pool and the party pool. And the party pool is the one that they say is solar heated. So it was a little bit warmer than the other pool. I will say that. But
it was. You're right. The one pool that we were told was heated was a little bit warmer, because that other pool that we like to stay at the chill pool.
Yeah.
And that chill pool was literally chill. I mean, it was freezing.
It was freezing. There was nobody. Yeah, there was nobody in the water because it was just too cold.
So the hot tub was perfect.
Yeah, the hot tub was.
You don't like the hot tub.
I don't really like hot tubs. Yeah.
I'm hot for the hot tub. You like to get your feet in. Like even on like a hot day, I could still grab a drink and just.
Oh no, I
let
can't
my
do
body
that.
sink in.
I can't do that. So best times of year to travel, I would say December to March. It's going to be a little chilly. Early March.
But the rates will be less, right?
No, they're not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe early December before the holiday.
Oh, that's why I'm the host.
Yeah, but no, you're still going because the normal high seasons, as I've said before, or travel seasons run in terms of cost is January to April is going to be high season, so everything's it's going to be the highest price if you travel to the Caribbean during that time.
Yep.
And then it drops down some in May, goes up a little bit again in June through August, and then September to December, not over a holiday, is going to be your best time price wise to go.
Yeah, and it's such a neat. It's not a very big property. It's like it's so quaint, right? And it's not big, but it never ever. Every time we've been there, it's never felt busy. No, like it's never been where like we can't find a pool chair or anything. It just has a cozy feel to it. It does. And by the way, another no before you go travel tip: call a great travel agent because they can lock in your booking if you're flying in. They can bundle that together, and you can have a low deposit, right? $400. Yep. And if you're going to call a great travel agent, think about us, Penyak Travel. I have to give myself
There's your shameless plug.
Yeah, my shameless plug. But seriously, we love you guys. We actually just got hit up last night by another fan, another listener in D.C., so thank you so much. We're going to get that quote right over to you. Looking forward to getting you booked. And then anybody else that listens to the show, if you have any questions on anything, feel free to hit us up. Even if you're already booked with somebody else, we've actually fielded questions and help people out, even if they haven't booked with us. But we love it if you would consider us. Yes. Because Janet does an incredible job. And we're talking about sandals here, and you're actually we're a sandals best of the best agency. Yes. We just post the blog on our website, so check out penyaktravel.com.
Yeah, so we're one of the top selling sandals travel agencies in the U.S.
Yes.
Because we achieved a certain number. So
there's a lot of travel agencies out there, and we're best of the best.
Yeah, so we received an award. Yeah, I got a little trophy. I went up on stage. It was really cool.
We're trying to humble brag here, but you really do. Like, honestly, you do. Our whole team, you and the team, the people that manage our clients, phenomenal work. And I just sit back and watch in amazement because it really is special. But
well, and when you love what you sell and you actually know the product really well and you love it, then it comes easy.
Well, you've been to every single one,
right?
You have literally been to every sandals. Yeah, I've been to almost all of them. You've been to all of them, and it's amazing. It's just crazy and that's why I think it's good for our clients because every property's got a unique feel to it.
Yes,
and
they do.
And I think it's good to talk to someone that's been around. That there might be a better property out there for you, but unless you've talked to someone that's been there, it's kind of hard,
right,
to know. But this one, honestly, is one of my favorites. Sandals Royal Bahamian.
Yeah, so when you were talking earlier about the size, so just to give you an idea on it, there's 404 rooms at this resort in 30 different room categories. So when you're looking online, it can be very overwhelming because of how many room categories they have. But I like that because then you truly know what you're getting. So it's not like Junior Suite Ocean View, but you may be like way at the end of the resort or something,
Yeah,
so,
and I think that's a great tip because there are a ton of room categories. But you're knowing exactly what you're getting. And Sandals has that, I think. And this is very common amongst other sandals. And correct me if I'm wrong here. And I think it's because the sandals, if you haven't been, they're not like these towering properties that are skyscrapers, like these big resort style, where like it's a Hilton property and there's 20 stories and it's on the beach. Right. It's like a village. And you have all these little huts and little buildings and
most of them.
Yeah. And so because of all those different architectural features, you're going to have rooms all over the place. Right. So it doesn't feel like you're just at this massive high-rise hotel.
When I think I like it too because then you really feel like you're getting something unique and that's tailored to exactly what you want. So I really like that.
And the gym is awesome because the gym is actually...
Oh, yeah, at the top of the Balmoral building. So just to give you a quick kind of summary of the resort. So there's 2 main buildings that the rooms are in. There's the Windsor building, and then there's the Balmoral, and I may not be pronouncing that right, building. So the Balmoral building is by the quiet pool, and the Windsor building is by the party pool. So, if you like to go take afternoon naps, then
you might not want to be near the busy pool.
Yeah, I probably would not suggest being by the Windsor pool unless you're on the other side, because they have swim ups down there on the first floor.
You are dropping some hot facts on this one. You are bringing the fire.
Well, I know this resort really well, and I love it. So
I love this property too. Us talking about it makes me want to go back. And when we did the day pass, it's just gives me a little taste, and I'm like, maybe we can just leave the cruise altogether and just stay here and fly back.
We can't do that. So there's also another part of the resort. It's called the Royal Village, and it's kind of at the back part of the resort, and they have some villas back there, and some of them have butlers, and it's really nice. It's a quiet area.
They have a small little pool over there too, right? Where
I know some of the rooms back there do
have their own pool where
yes.
you don't have to get out to the main area. So
yeah, there's some right in the middle part.
So real quick, I got a couple more Know Before You Go travel tips I want to run by you.
Well, let's talk about another cool feature of this resort. Sorry.
All right. I'm gonna just crumble up my piece of paper and throw it over my shoulder.
Yeah, there you go.
Just kidding.
No, so this resort is only 5 minutes down the road from the Grand Hyatt Baha Mar.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Things to do off property.
Yeah, things to do off property. If you like a lot of nightlife and things to do in the evenings, I think this resort is great because I think it can be pretty quiet at night unless you're over in the piano bar. But you can take a free shuttle over to Baha Mar, and that's where they have a casino and clubs and bars, and it's a hopping place at night.
Yeah, the Baha Mar is really cool. So we've stayed there, and then we have spent some time in Atlantis, and both of them are. The Baha Mar might be a little bit closer to Sandals than
Baha Mar
Atlantis.
is a lot closer.
And I would say, in general, just go to Baha Mar. Now, you're not going to travel with kids. I was about to say, if you have kids with you, you go to the Atlantis because they have the water park.
Well, you can do that at Baha Mar, too.
But no one's going to have kids with them at Sandals.
No.
Unless you sneak them in your luggage.
Yeah, that's right. They're not.
You don't want to sneak the Rugrats into Sandals.
But Baha Mar, so a lot of people like the water park at Atlantis. Baha Mar is building a water park as well, and it's supposed to open in 2021.
Yeah, so if you have a husband that likes to play cards or likes to play a little blackjack, if you are casino goers, it is a great property to get the best of both worlds there because it's
it's like a Vegas-style casino.
Yeah, and you and I can debate all day on the best way to get there because I prefer a cab. You prefer the bus.
No. To Baha Mar from Sandals.
Oh, they have the transfer.
They have a free shuttle
that
runs until, I think,
sold.
2 a.m.
Done.
Yeah.
That's awesome because we like to play cards.
Yes.
By the way, we played cards on this last cruise. We did not do well.
No, we left with money.
No. We were even.
No. We won $100.
We did?
Yes.
I thought we were even.
No, we won $100. We got up, and then we took our winnings and put them aside.
Oh, I forgot we did that. Yeah, that's a smart move when you're playing blackjack.
Yeah. No, we won $100.
They brought the cooler in on us, though. We were hot there for a little bit.
Yeah.
We got down to, I think we only bought in $100 each or something.
Yeah,
and
I think it was
$15 hands, I think.
Yeah.
Playing blackjack. We get down to I'm down to my last chip, and I'm borrowing chips from Janet's stack. And then we just hit this rally.
I wouldn't call it borrowing. You were just taking them, but that's okay.
Well, we're married, so it's 50-50. Half of your stack's my stack anyways.
Okay.
So anyways, I'm sitting there pulling some money from your stack, and then all of a sudden we both hit this rally, and we just skyrocketed, and we were up a few $100 in 20 hands, and it was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Then we lost it again and came back down.
But the other thing that he was going to mention about the bus versus the cab is they do have, you can go right outside of the resort and then take a bus into downtown. It's the number 10 bus, I believe, and then it takes you right into downtown Nassau. You can enjoy the shops and everything, and it's only $1.25. And we have done that, but George didn't like it.
No, I don't like the city bus. I didn't like it.
It wasn't bad.
I think it had too many stops. I'm impatient. So my personal note for your travel tip there is probably take a cab if you're going to get around. Spend a few extra bucks to just get a cab. The bus just had way too many stops. And
I
you
didn't
don't
think it was
quite
that bad.
know. I didn't really know how to pay for it either. Remember, we kind of gave the guy coins. He was kind of like, "Why are you giving me this?" We didn't really have the right, because you have to pay in the Bahamian, the Eastern Caribbean.
No, you don't. We paid in American.
We did?
Yeah.
See, your memory's fire. I don't know.
No, you're thinking of when we were in France, in Bordeaux.
Oh, yeah. When we were in Bordeaux, we didn't know.
And we got on that bus. We did not know how to pay or anything. Yeah.
The bus driver was very nice. He saw we had a bunch of luggage. He goes, "You guys aren't from here. We'll get you to where you're going."
Yeah. But you can take the bus for $1.25. And I think, it's a great cheap way to get downtown. If you want to. Or you can take a taxi, and it will be anywhere from $20 to $30, depending on what the taxi driver wants to charge you. One other time, we did rent a car just for the day, and then kind of drove around the island, and we went to Atlantis that day, and that was really cool too.
That was cool, yeah. My last Never Forget travel tip is something you have to do while you're on property. Go to the piano bar.
Yes, the piano bar is always fun. So just to give you a quick idea, they've got 10 different restaurants at this resort, and then I think there's like 8 bars. But the piano bar is the place to be here at night.
Yes, I agree. And it's the perfect, it's not too rowdy, but it's enough little fun because you have someone playing the piano. And at every Sandals we've been to, these piano players in the piano bar, they're great. And you can sing along, and you can tell them what you like. And some of them do karaoke where you can sit down next to them and sing, and I like to do that. I sang Jimmy Buffett, which, by the way, if you're going to sing Jimmy Buffett's the easiest. If you've never done karaoke but you want to dip your feet in the water, go to a piano bar, request Cheeseburger in Paradise, and sing that, because Jimmy Buffett literally doesn't sing.
Right. He's just kind of like talking.
He kind of talks. He's like, "Cheeseburger in Paradise." It's very simple.
It is.
So if you want to dip your toe in the water, if you've never done it but you're feeling brave, have a few drinks in you, cue up some Jimmy Buffett. Any song will do. Any Jimmy Buffett song will do. Because Jimmy Buffett's not hitting any high notes.
Right.
And then just jump right in. And I did that in, where were we?
St. Lucia.
And it was so much fun.
Yes.
So much fun. I like the spotlight, though, so I knew I would like it.
So also the pub at night, though, that place kind of gets a little hopping, but I would say the piano bar is a little better.
Pub's got food, too.
Yeah, and the pub has
so
food, which is
late
nice.
Night food.
Right. Yeah, late night snacks. As far as restaurants go, I think my favorites have been the Baccarat, which is the French.
Good steaks there.
Yeah, they had very, very good steaks.
Yep.
And then I really liked the Crystal Room, which was Mediterranean themed, Mediterranean cuisine, and that was nice. And then I always love Kimonos.
Kimonos is great. Can you go to dinner at the private island restaurant?
They do on some days of the week. Yes,
they'll take the boat out there.
Yes,
it's like a 5-minute boat ride.
Right,
by the way.
It's not far. So,
and didn't they have a restaurant on the pier or a bar?
Gordon's on the pier.
Okay, so that's another Never Forget travel tip. Go to Gordon's at least one time.
Yes,
and because you're dining out on their pier. It's beautiful. You see great sunsets. I do remember that. That's another Never Forget travel tip.
Yeah, it's very nice.
So, but anyways, by the way, I don't think I mentioned how to get a hold of us. For the new listeners, if you want more information, you go to penyaktravel.com, click request a quote. It's right there, right on the homepage. Or go to Facebook or Instagram at Penyak Travel and send us a DM, and we will get you all the information you need. And we appreciate all our listeners.
Yep. And then a couple other things I just want to kind of brief you on, I guess, is other activities to do off the resort. So the Bahamas in general, it's mostly about the beach and the water. And so it's going to be a lot of those kinds of activities. Remember, we also did rent jet skis the last time that we actually stayed there. There was a guy on the beach down a little bit, and then we rented jet skis from him. So, again, it's mostly about water activities in the Bahamas. So if you like a lot of like active things like hiking, zip lining, that sort of thing, you're not going to find it there.
That's a great point, but jet skiing is fun.
I was scared to death.
I loved it. I had a blast. You were yelling at me to slow down. I was like, I could just throttle this thing all the way.
Yeah, no, I'm not getting on one of those again.
Yeah, next time I'm just going to leave you on the beach, and you can just film me, and I'll just be buzzing around.
I'm not going to film you. I'm just going to sit there on the beach.
Oh, really?
And lay down.
That's mean.
Well, that's okay.
But that'd be good content.
Okay, I'll do it for like 2 minutes.
And then I'll use the GoPro.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because it's so cool. I'd never really jet skied before, and I don't know how much we pay. Like we paid like $45 or something.
No, it was more than that. I think it was $75 for maybe
an hour.
I think it was supposed to be 30 minutes, and then he just let us keep it for an hour.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a local. It's not part of the Sandals.
It's not a part of Sandals because they can't take on the risk of a motorized water sport if there's unlimited alcohol.
Yeah,
so that's why it's not included. And he's not a part of Sandals. He was just on the beach. And I don't know if he's still there. I didn't see him there when we went last time a few weeks ago. But, yeah.
Last note before we travel tip, and this is a big one for me because I had a bad experience with this, is jellyfish season.
Oh, yes.
I don't know. We'll have to look up when that is.
Well, I think a lot of times in the Bahamas, based on our experience when we've been in August and September, that's when they have jellyfish. Yeah, George got stung by a jellyfish there.
Yeah, in a very not comfortable area of my body. And
yeah, well, we're not going to get into that.
We won't get into it, but yeah, it's just be one. And the baby jellyfish are the really small ones you can't see.
Yeah.
And those are the little boogers that will really sting you.
Yes.
So, but I think that's minimal, maybe an anomaly. But other than that, it's a top property for us. I love it.
Yeah, I do want to say a few other things. Sorry, but so
you're the expert. I'm just
one general tip, and we've talked about this on our previous episodes of like the Baha Mar, is when you're in the Bahamas, everything really is slower there. So it's just their way of life,
That's a great point.
It will take a little bit of time maybe to get a drink, here and there. But I think, whenever we've been before, the one server told us later will be greater.
Later will be greater.
And I just think that everything's slower in the Bahamas. So just go in and know that. So you're not like, why is the service?
Yeah. And it's not like extremely slow, but it's
not.
Like a tick slower than what you would find in other places,
like Jamaica or Mexico. Yeah,
the service is still good, and they're friendly, and they're fun, and they're bubbly, and they're just pleasant people.
Right.
But it's just a little bit that it's just that little tick slower.
It is. Yeah, it's just different. So, yeah, and I just like to point that out because I don't want anyone to go there and then not really understand that. But
like if you've been to nothing but Jamaica and then you go to the Bahamas, then you might notice it.
Right.
But if it's your first experience and all-inclusive, you probably won't even notice it.
And, honestly, I did not experience that on the when we were there on the day pass. I didn't experience that at all. I thought that it was completely fine. But it is just something to kind of be aware of.
Yeah, take a minute. And it's not just at the properties. It's at the airport. It's kind of everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's
just
everywhere.
Culture. It's just a culture. Yeah, it's just slower.
It's island life.
They are like truly island living. And, hey, that's good. So
one of my favorite things that we did when we went there a couple years ago is we went to that private island, and we're sitting there at the cabana at the end of the island, near 360 views of water. And we're sitting there just enjoying the breeze coming in. And they have an island butler that'll take care of all the people that are just chilling on the island.
He was awesome. His name was Alex. I don't know if he's still there, but
if Alex is still there, track him down. He's an awesome dude. But he was the island
He's
butler.
probably been promoted by now.
Yeah, I bet he is. He's probably a GM
because he's so
by now.
good. Yeah.
And I remember we're sitting there, and he just walked up with a coconut.
Yep.
And he chopped off the end of it, and he put a straw in it and put a little rum in there, and it was literally rum and coconut.
Yep.
But a literal coconut off the private island.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
And there's a picture of us just sitting there, and I'm holding the coconut, or we both had them, I think.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there in the cabana, just chilling, and it was, we may have to do like a Throwback Thursday picture on our Instagram of that so people can kind of see what it's like. But it was so cool.
Yeah, no, that definitely was. Just to give you a quick idea on price.
Okay.
So I priced out before we did the 6 nights in November. The price with airfare from Charlotte nonstop, it was starting right at $4,500 and then went up to about $7,400 for the highest category,
depending on the room category. Yeah, and that's
right.
And to sneak in there, and that's a week in November.
That's 6 nights. Yeah,
that's not bad. In November, the weather will still be fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go in. I'm trying to say early November.
That's a good time to go.
Yeah,
that's a really good time to go, I think.
Yeah, because basically the weather there is going to be the same as kind of like Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach area.
Yeah. And what's cool is if you want to take advantage of that, call us up. We'll get you all booked. And what's interesting is you can book that for $400, lock the price in. Yep. Where I think if a lot of people try to book on their own on the internet, you have to pay the air in full.
Yes.
They want all their airfare.
And I can only do that, obviously, if it's within 11 months because the airfare has to be out. But.
Yeah. So you'd have to quote something. Yeah. November's 11 months.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So one last know before you go tip, and this is one of my favorite things.
You're just dropping know before you travel tip bombs on this show.
Well, this is one of my favorite things about going to Nassau in general, not just Sandals Royal Bahamian. But if you're flying, so we came in on a cruise with this time and we took the day pass. But if you do fly in and stay in the Bahamas, when you go to leave, you clear U.S. Customs in Nassau.
Yes.
And so that will save you so much time, because then when you land back in the U.S., it's just like, landing from a domestic flight. You just walk right out into the airport. You don't have to go through customs there, wait in line. It's so much easier. And that's a huge thing that I really like.
Yeah, I agree. That's a big deal, because when you're going through customs in the Bahamas, you're going through customs with maybe one or two other flights. When you're going through customs in Miami or going through customs in some of these major airports, there's a ton of people trying to go through
So if you don't have global entry, or I always say download the mobile passport app, but if you don't have any of those, then you're going to be waiting in line a little bit. So we've waited before we had global entry over an hour.
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah, and it's terrible. So
and there's no places to get drink, like a beverage or water or anything. You're just kind of stuck there.
Right. And so if you're connecting, then you don't have to, you're not going to land in customs, go through customs, pick up your bags, recheck your bags, go back through security to catch your connecting flight. You don't have to do that here. So that's nice, because you just land awesome. And it's just like a normal domestic flight.
No before travel tips.
Yes.
Dropping the fire. We bring the fire. We bring in the travel fire.
Yes. But, when you go on a cruise, there's obviously the straw market there. And I say walk through it. Know that you can negotiate with them and their pricing. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, you can always negotiate in the straw market. They've got cool stuff.
Yeah.
They've got nice. I feel like almost all of them are the same. There's only 3 or 4 different types of vendors there. You have the shirt vendor. You have the knick-knack vendor, which has little magnets.
Right.
You have the vendor with all the straw stuff.
And all the bags.
And then all the bags.
Like beach bags.
And wallets.
Yep.
And then so there's 5 different types of vendors pretty much, and there's probably 100 vendors, but there's only 5 different types.
Yeah, no, I know. And one other quick thing too, sorry, that I want to say, just because if you are going on a cruise, if you walk out of the cruise port to the right, if you walk maybe 15 minutes, you can get to a really nice beach called Junkanoo Beach.
Yes, and they have the little beach shacks there.
Yeah, they've got beach bars where you can get some drinks and some
it's a
snacks.
local beach, but it's very very nice. It's fine to go
it's beautiful.
to. It's beautiful, and then they have all these little local shacks, and it's pretty cool.
Right.
Shrimp shacks or drink shacks or whatever you want.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people do that off the cruise, and it's fun. We've never done it, but it looks awesome.
But it's only a 15-20 minute walk at the most. It's called Junkanoo Beach.
Yeah, I wouldn't even take a cab for that. I would just walk.
Oh, no, I would walk.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Yep.
So anyways, well, that's a show right there. Thank you guys so much. We just got the alert that it's time to buy our Dave Chappelle tickets.
Well, they go on sale in 59 minutes.
One of my favorite comedians of all time, pretty much my favorite comedian, is coming here locally, and we are about to snag the tickets.
Yes.
Gotta get those tickets. All right. Anyways, guys, love you so much. Thank you for listening. If you can, rate and review us. We appreciate it. Again, we're feeling the love on the reviews, and we're feeling the love on our emails from requested quotes and all the Facebook messages we've been getting. Love you guys. We've got the best listeners in the world. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Mwah.